Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wlbt's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. Wlbt First Alert Weather Plus.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong.
Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Wlbt's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. Wlbt First Alert Weather Plus.
Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here on WLBT Plus First Alert Weather Edition. I'm meteorologist Chase Franks, and we're going to stick only with tracking the tropics as things are starting to get busy out there into the Atlantic. So if you have any friends or family, they're heading on out to the Bahamas. And what's crazy is one of my good friends is getting married this weekend, and their honeymoon is to the Bahamas. So I was just texting him, telling him what's going on. So let me tell you what's going on, what I just told him, basically. So here is a look at what we're expecting with the tropics. So right now, here's a look at the tropical overview. A 50% chance of the area outside the Gulf or inside the Gulf developing into a named system. I think it's unlikely just because it's running out of time and it's running out of space. It'll be making its way onshore here in the next 24 hours. And when it does, it'll just be bringing a lot of heavy rainfall. That doesn't mean the impact won't be any less just because it's a named storm. Talking about the potential for flash flooding out there in South Texas. So if you have any friends or family down in the Rio Grande, give them a call, give them a heads up that that's going on. And then we have Erin. So this is a look at what we're expecting right here with Tropical Storm Erin. So it's looking well defined, and it is starting. You can start to see a lot of that pink really developing overnight. It lost that, but we're starting to see a little bit more of the eye wall. I'm actually gonna make this bigger so we can kind of draw on it and see. Wonder if I can stop it. No, I'll stop it next one. But you can see exactly where's my pointer. Can you see this? No. Man, why is this not working? I'm trying to show you if. Oh, I can move it. So this area right here, that pink, that high level convection, we're going to see the eye wall really start to develop there. You can see that spinning, and you're starting to see the formation of an eye of a storm. So it's going to be more than likely right in there when it stops. So that is something that I've been monitoring all morning long, and it is a crazy thing to say that we're about to see an eye of a system develop. And the forecast trend has been good, winds of 70 miles an hour. That's why there's some confusion out there if it's been a hurricane or not, and it's not a hurricane yet. The criteria has not been met. Winds of 70 miles an hour. Pressure is dropping 998 millibars. Winds of moving west-northwest at 17 miles per hour. So this system is something that we are keeping a very close eye on. Right now, the upper level winds and the lower level winds are heading a little bit due west than anything at all. So that's something that we should be watching for as well. And then this is a look at where this cone is going. So The forecast cone still stays out to sea. I do think no matter what, we'll see big impacts into the islands of Puerto Rico, the Leeward Islands, down south into the Bahamas. So those impacts more than likely high surf, rip currents, a lot of storms, some gusty conditions as well. This system is going to be passing the Bahamas as a Category 4 or 3 storm. So regardless of if it tracks east or west, it's going to be bringing impacts to them. It just might not be as devastating for areas west. So the forecast spaghetti plot is still fairly consistent. I think that the westward track is more likely right now, just the way that the current low level and high winds aloft are actually taking this storm. A lot of the forecast models have been picking up on that. However, it will be making its way off to the north. And when it does, it'll be meeting a ridge. And that's something that we're going to be watching out for as well. This is that blob of just thunderstorms out there into the Western Gulf right now. Still just an invest. The potential to see a named storm is there, although unlikely. There is a little spin to it. The forecast models do have it just going inland and then just bringing a lot of rainfall to West Texas, which honestly, if you've ever been out there in West Texas, you know it needs it. That place is basically a desert. I'm from Dallas, so you have every single type of region into the Texas area. You got the mountains over into the El Paso area. West Texas is a lot of desert and sand and dirt up in the Panhandle. Then you have East Texas being the Pine Belt, basically, and then you have the beaches, and North Texas is the Great Plains. So we got a little bit of everything over in Texas, and including tropical systems. So that's the potential for that one. Excuse me, but the forecast has actually been very good. We have seen a more westward trend as it has gone along. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it continued a little bit more west, but not to the point where we are going to be talking about chances of this actually hitting land. I think that is extremely unlikely that it hits any land in any way, shape, or form. A lot of forecast models are consistent with it staying out to sea, and I think that is increasingly likely as it'll be meeting a ridge out there in the northeast that'll pretty much highway it out along with the Bermuda High. So there's a lot of forcing going on. It's not just the low level, upper level winds. I think that will help it push west right now. However, it's looking increasingly unlikely that we'll see it push off a little bit more west. But here's a look at the forecast cone history. It's been fairly consistent, to be honest with you. I think this is a great forecast. They've done the National Hurricane Center has done a fantastic job with it so far. So it leads me to believe that there's no reason that we should see any major changes. Adjustments will be made, obviously. I do think it's increasingly likely. We have seen that shift a little bit more west. We could see it shift a little bit more west as well, or east. Just make sure you have ways to stay updated, especially if you have friends or family along the East Coast, because look at this. This is a look at the energy that's going to be going on, and it'll be making its way through the Bermuda Triangle. And with that, it gets very close to the East Coast. So regardless, it's the same story as the Bahamas, same story as down in those Caribbean islands. We're really going to be focusing on the fact that this will bring impacts to the East Coast no matter what. It more than likely will just be some rain, some gusty winds, and a lot of high surf conditions. You could still be expecting waves up to 10 to 15 feet associated with this. A lot of it inside the system is talking about 20 plus. That's how strong this cell is that'll be making its way through. And then it's off out to sea and thankfully away from all land. Then we're going to be monitoring more tropical waves off the coast of Africa. As you know, the tropical wave train is going on, and that's what we're mainly focusing on here at home. Things stay quiet for your weekend, hot and muggy, and chances of rainfall to develop this afternoon, and same thing going forward into the rest of your weekend. But that's all I got for you right now. Have a great rest of your day today. We'll have more live updates at 11 and at noon for any of your local forecasts. So have a great day. Stay dry, stay safe, and make sure you keep an eye on the tropics, as over the next 2 hours or so, we might see our first hurricane of the season. Have a great day.